Hello, Motorsports 360 is back in your life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm Michael. I'm dying right now.
Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, it's on. That's embarrassing. Well,
Man, we had everything planned out. Then I lost it, and Kelvin was going to make his grand entrance, and then he came in at the wrong time.
my bad. I'm sorry to the children at home who had to watch that.
Anyway, today it is March 6th, 2018. I'm Ari Sakala. Hope you are having a good day so far. Um, this is the crew we got for today. We've got Michael Kelly,
Well, hello there.
and then we've got Kelvin LaPierre.
What an introduction you gave Michael there, Marty. You should have went the nose flaring, eye popping Michael is how you should have introduced him today. Just saying.
Yeah, you ruined it, Marty.
Marty, wait a minute. Don't you have a special guest at your house?
Something came up.
Me.
Yeah, Mom's my guest.
Hi.
Hi.
Whoa!
Marty's mom is a special guest.
Yeah, I don't know what my other guest is. Something
She's
came up.
special, Ari.
Yeah.
All mothers are special.
I'm
Unless you don't
kinda-
have a mother, then it's kind
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out right now. But anyway,
Hey. It's midterm week. Shake that bum off your face.
yeah. Let's get on to the show. Let's get the green flag out. Let's start by talking about Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas, Sin City, the home of Elvis, and casinos. Not the one that Kelvin and I go to regularly to watch UFC fights. That's called a Rachino. But anyway, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Let's go into the Cup Series race first. So, I don't know how to put this though. I have an error processing that request. I don't know why. That's weird. Let's try it again. Error processing request. Oh my gosh, we have technical difficulties just 3 minutes into the show. What the heck?
And Justin has joined us.
Yep. Sorry, I just got
Justin
home.
here.
Yep. Sorry for being late. I just got home.
You're all good, buddy. All right, I got my stuff working.
Probably late, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like 3
Everyone is here. So let's talk. So first off, we only have one major caution in the race. Actually, no, two cautions. Let's talk about the stage conclusions first. Top 10 in stage 1. It was Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Paul Menard. Stage 2 top 10. It was Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and Paul Menard. Here's what we'd say Paul Menard in the 21. I don't know why. Then at the restart for stage 3, Jamie McMurray has a problem on the backstretch. Then the next restart, Kurt Busch would lose it off of turn 4, got into the 9 of Chase Elliott, ended their days. Here's what happened at the end of the day, leading 214 laps to his second win of the season and his 100th career win across all 3 NASCAR National Series. The 4 of Kevin Harvick takes it. Kyle Busch came home second, Kyle Larson third, Martin Truex Jr. fourth, Ryan Blaney fifth, Brad Keselowski sixth, Joey Logano seventh, Eric Jones eighth, Paul Menard ninth, and Eric Almirola 10th. Let's get on to the Xfinity Series race here. Let's load that up. All right. Hang on. All right, I got it now. So, had a few different things happen. Lap 7, Dylan Lupp into the wall on the front, at the inside retaining wall on the front stretch would end his day. Stage 1 then concluded. Your top 10 to that one. Christopher Bell won that, followed by Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, not Matt Tifft, Brandon Jones, Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custer, Elliott Sadler, and Justin Allgaier. I believe it was Allgaier. Stage 2, your top 10. It was Kyle Larson, followed by Ryan Blaney, Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Elliott Sadler, Brandon Jones, Daniel Hemrick, Christopher Bell, and Kyle Busch. Lap 135 around, Cindric gets in the inside wall coming off turn 2. Lap 186, Ryan Reed would get into the wall on the backstretch. Then lap 191, Ross Chastain would make a sweet save on the backstretch. But then at the end of the day, Kyle Larson wins. And he is the top 10. He led 142 laps, by the way. Top 10, Christopher Bell second, Justin Allgaier third, Ryan Blaney fourth, Elliott Sadler fifth, Daniel Hemrick sixth, Brandon Jones seventh, Tyler Reddick eighth, Cole Custer ninth, and Las Vegas, Nevada native Spencer Gallagher in the top 10. Now we get to the Truck Series race. This is probably my favorite race of the weekend, despite the fact that him won. Here's how the race went. Lap 16, Justin Marks would spin coming off turn 4, and then we had the stage conclusions. Here's how they were. Stage 1, your top 10. It was Noah Gragson, followed by Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch, Stuart Friesen, Myatt Snyder, Ben Rhodes, Johnny Sauter, Brett Moffitt, Cody Coughlin, and Matt Crafton. Stage 2, your top 10. My man winning his first playoff point of the season, the 52 from Niagara on the Lake Ontario. My boy, Stuart Friesen. He's a boy. Myatt Snyder second, Kyle Busch third, Ben Rhodes fourth, Brett Moffitt fifth, Noah Gragson sixth, Justin Haley seventh, Johnny Sauter eighth, Grant Enfield ninth, and Christopher Bell was 10th. Then here's where it gets interesting. Lap 73 would have an accident involving Justin Haley off of in turn number 2, which would end his day. And then lap 123, the number 20. I'm watching something. All right. It would be the number 20 of, I'm trying to think who it was. Michelle Disdier had an accident coming off turn 4. Had a good battle for the one with like 28 laps to go. Moffitt was leading, but then he caught to the slow Disdier. Kyle Busch passed him. Race was over. Him wins. Boo. Just kidding. He doesn't deserve it, though. Here's the rest of the top 10. Johnny Sauter second, Brett Moffitt third, Grant Enfield fourth. Once again, Stuart Friesen, who led 31 laps, second most of any driver that in that race. You're going to get a round of applause from me as well, once again. Darwin Sargent sixth, Ben Rhodes seventh, Cody Coughlin eighth. How about these guys that finished 9th and 10th? Justin Fontaine and Austin Hill in the 45 and the 02. And by the way, speaking of which, Fontaine led 2 laps in that race.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of that. Hello, Nathan. All right, let's get on to the headlines. So first off, starting the Cup Series race, the 2019 NASCAR Hall of Fame nominees were announced.
Yeah, I just sent the photo.
Yeah, here's the list we got. We got Davey Allison, Buddy Baker. This is an alphabetical order, by the way, the last name. Red Farmer, Ray Fox, Harry Gant, Joe Gibbs, the notable one, the most notable one right here, Jeff Gordon,
Yeah.
John Holman, Kowicki, Bobby Labonte, Herschel McGriff, Ralph Moody, Roger Penske, Larry Phillips, Jack Roush, Ricky Rudd, Kirk Shelmerdine. I don't know how he got inducted, but okay. Or not inducted, nominated. Mike Stefanik, Wedo Wilson, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then we have the 5 nominees for the Landmark Award. Once again, listed alphabetically. Janet Guthrie, Barney Hall, Alvin Hawkins, Jim Hunter, and Ralph Seagraves.
I hope Barney.
Barney deserves it.
Yeah, that. I hope Jeff Gordon gets into the class of
He
2000.
deserves that.
We must get Jeff Gordon into the Hall of Fame.
Everyone's been saying it since the beginning that Gordon's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Hello, Mega Race to 25. Anyway, let's get on to some other news here. So we all saw the controversial dent in Kevin Harvick's rear windshield. We'll talk about that later on in discussion time. Ronnie Childers said to ESPN, a rear window brace failed on the car about 2/3 of the race on Sunday. The window buckling would not have helped the car because it is aerodynamically better if the rear roof is round and smooth, not sharp and pointed. NASCAR rules require the rear window to be rigid at all times. The car passed a post-race body scan and will undergo a more thorough inspection Wednesday as part of the normal post-race tech process at the R&D Center. However, though, because Harvick already had won a race, any penalties would not have playoff implications, but Harvick could lose the 7 playoff points earned at Las Vegas to carry into the NASCAR postseason if NASCAR penalizes the team. That's from Bob Pockris, by the way. His words, not mine. Credit to him.
Here's the where'd it go? I just lost it.
You have a picture for us?
Yeah, I do. I lost it. Where'd it go? Here we go. Fiddle.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, I got it. There we go.
Yay. About time.
Can't really see it too well, but
Yeah, you can see it. I can see it.
yeah, no, you can. So, yeah.
All right. Here's some other news here. After 9 years in Las Vegas, the NASCAR Cup Series Awards banquet could change locations this year. There's no firm contract as yet for the season to remain in Las Vegas, but NASCAR has been exploring several options for the end of the season celebratory event. Sources say Charlotte, North Carolina, and Nashville, Tennessee are among the destinations most seriously considered should the event move. NASCAR already hosts the Touring and Home Track Awards in Charlotte, and last season added its Xfinity and Truck Awards to around the same weekend. Some news on that. Charlotte Motor Speedway will host a Goodyear tire test for select teams on its Roval in preparation for the playoff race. Calvin hopes that tire test fails big time. Some of the drivers that are supposed to test.
That fails.
Yeah. It's going to be Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Paul Menard, and Trevor Bayne scheduled to test. And some other Cup news, by the way. I would like to give a shout-out to the Go Fast Racing team because Matt DiBenedetto does not have a sponsor for this weekend. If anyone watching, whether you're a small or a big company, if you want to sponsor Matt DiBenedetto, let Go Fast Racing know. Chipotle, I'm calling you guys out. I want you guys to sponsor DiBurrito big time.
About that, I think he got one.
What did he get?
I don't know, but he posted a video update on Twitter.
So I'm sitting here at my race shop, and just totally overwhelmed. This is a crazy day. Not what we were expecting, but first and foremost, just one thing I wanted to get across or make sure everyone knows. My job here at Go Fast Racing is totally stable. Our organization is completely stable. All that. So just want everyone to know that. I want to make sure there's no confusion there. So we are good as an organization. Just we're very small, and we operate. Everyone knows we operate off of a very small budget. So we just want to get better. And having these unsponsored races is hard. Even though we're stable, we just operate off of so little. It's and we make so much of it. We just want to get better. So that's where we're coming with this, and this could turn into some leads that we need to help fill our gaps because we got a handful of open races for the year. So this could be what we needed through all of you guys, man. But aside from that, for this weekend though, everyone offering to help, and we got Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin first reached out and said he wanted to hop on board and help. Kevin Harvick, and then Darrell Waltrip, and so many folks just reaching out wanting to help. That's unbelievable, man. That does help us a ton. Every little bit goes a long way here. That is incredible. Thank you guys all so much. I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you is not near enough. But anyways, that's it. And also just want to make sure everybody knew that I don't want any confusion. We're all good here. My job here is good. Organization stable. I'm very, very blessed to be here at this place. But it's just a group of us who are dedicated to getting better, and we want to grow, and we want to be a bigger part of the Ford family and organization, and we just want to get better. So that's why we're trying so hard and pushing on us to do anything we can to be better.
Okay, so not a sponsor update, but he did mention that Harvick and Hamlin were willing to help him out. So
I just saw from
Harvick
Tristan
sent
in the chat.
$5,000.
I saw
Harvick has sent $5,000. Darrell Waltrip has also sent $5,000, and
Hamlin
so did
sent 5,000.
Yep. So he's got $15,000 from 3 drivers so far.
That's awesome. Good for him. All right. Going into the truck series, this is a very disturbing story. I'll let you guys know that. But former NASCAR Truck Series driver Rick Crawford is being held in a Seminole County, Florida jail on charge of an attempted enticement of a minor. A spokesman for the U.S. District Attorney's Office confirmed on Monday. Crawford has a bond hearing set for Thursday in U.S. District Court in Orlando. He was apprehended on Wednesday by federal agents in Lake Mary when, according to the criminal complaint, he had met an undercover agent on Craigslist whom he had been communicating with for 2 weeks, leading to an arrangement for him to pay to have oral sex and intercourse with a 12-year-old girl, which would be lascivious battery under Florida law.
yeah. In other words, that's very illegal.
Yes.
Local Florida man, huh?
Dang, Florida. I would not do it. Stay in school. All right. Oh, there is some breaking news I just saw coming out of the IndyCar series. Oh yeah, there is one news by the way, but we'll get to the breaking news first. Connor Daly, he will be in his 5th attempt in the Indy 500. Driving, teaming up with Dale Coyne in the United States Air Force to race in the 102nd Indy 500. That is awesome, man. So right now we have a field of 37 cars, a bump day. I'm very excited for bump day in the Indy 500, the first time we've gotten it in years. And also AMR, which is the medical ambulance, the medical supplier that NASCAR has, in case the driver gets into an accident. They are the new safety team with IndyCar and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They'll be at all Verizon IndyCar Series events, beginning effective immediately this weekend in St. Petersburg, which I'm pumped for because it's the first race in the IndyCar season. The previous company, Whole Metro, they will remain with IndyCar as the official rescue tool provider. That's the big news we've got coming out of that. So let's get to discussion time. Yes, let me put in the questions, by the way, beforehand. So in case anyone would like to call in, just send me a message on Google Hangouts. I will get you in. So we'll take our competition caution right now as I take this stuff up. Hold on a second, just gotta do this. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse.
Checking the tire wear and refilling the car.
And meanwhile, while we're waiting, please enjoy this close-up of Michael and his nose and his mouth.
Here's your major update, Marty.
Okay.
Zigna Poker will be the primary sponsor for AtMat the Better Dental Racing this weekend.
What is?
Zigna Poker will be the primary sponsor for AtMat D Racing this weekend at ISM Raceway. Also, at Denny Hamlin, at Kevin Harvick, and at all Waltrip contributions, as well as Grunt Style, will serve as associate sponsors for the Go Fast Racing 32 this weekend in Phoenix.
Hooray.
Zynga they decided to sponsor Dibberito at the wrong time. Because where were we last week?
Vegas.
That's right.
Yep. What do you think,
I
guys?
believe Zing is out of Arizona, though.
What do you think, guys?
Steve Morgan just played a Fortnite match and got second twice angry. I've been there before, man. I've played Fortnite before. I have not won yet.
So he does have sponsorship. Harvick's KHI management group will be on there. Darrell Waltrip's name will also be on there for his Boogity Boogity brand, and Denny Hamlin's foundation will be on there.
And we also have this tire that Michael has.
Yeah, I'm checking the tire wear. Looks pretty good.
I don't know, man. I can see some blisters.
I mean, it looks good. I'd take it.
Could be
All right.
worse.
Anyway, let's get on to discussion time here. The first question for you guys is what we do every Tuesday. What was your biggest takeaway from this weekend at Las Vegas? Michael, you're first.
We have the perfect package in place for the trucks at Vegas. It's absolutely incredible what kind of racing they're producing now. I hope they don't screw it up because that would be a sad day.
All right. Kelvin.
I have to agree with Michael. What you're seeing out of the Truck Series is the best racing you've seen out of any division yet this year. NASCAR has got it right with the Truck Series, giving out a standardized engine to every team. Xfinity Series racing has been boring at the mile and a half past 2 weeks, along with the Monster Energy Cup Series. I'll get into that later, though. So, yeah, Truck Series has got it right. That's got to be your biggest takeaway.
Okay. Justin.
Truck Series race because, once again, it was good. A very good race. You had a lot of guys battling for the lead, and there were guys even passing Kyle Busch and holding off Kyle Busch as well. Think of that, including Stuart Friesen. So, yeah, great race in the Truck Series.
All right. I would say the biggest takeaways for me, Kevin Harvick. This man is not just his team, but Stewart Haas Racing. They are going to be big contenders in the race in Cup this season. And then also with the Truck Series, they're putting on the best racing right now. And Stuart Friesen is a contender. This man could be a threat this season if he keeps performing just like he did Friday night. I was pulling for him to win that race. We could see an upset of the season. We actually do have a call in right now. We have let me just load this up. We got DJ. What's on your mind today, buddy?
I just want to talk about the race and the takeaways.
Go ahead.
And Stuart Friesen, whether or not he's a dark horse or a contender. Biggest takeaways. It was a very boring race for me. And this may sound crazy coming from a true NASCAR fan that actually almost watched every race last season from the top 3 series. It was very boring to watch. I mean, I don't like to see cautions that much, but there was just no racing at all. Harvick just got away in the beginning, and it just was really boring. I could not watch it. It was very hard to watch, but I stuck around for the end.
Yeah, well, that race was, like Kelvin has said with these 1.5 mile tracks, they are very boring. So the worst of the season. I've seen a bunch of people say this race was probably the worst race we've had all season long. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then you said you wanted to talk about Friesen as well.
Yeah, Friesen. I mean, my motto is that I really like underdogs. I like to see them perform well because then they get to run well. They get to partner up with better teams. They get to run better as a driver, as a team. have chances at win. And I was really pulling for Friesen, not this year at Las Vegas, but last year at Eldora. He was very interesting to watch. It's very amazing. And, hopefully there can be a good race as a birthday gift for me this week at Phoenix for the Cup and Xfinity.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Michael wants me to ask you, who's your pick for Phoenix?
My pick for Phoenix? Oh, man. He got screwed out of it last year, in my opinion, but I'm going for Kyle Larson. The 1.5, the Michigan King, as I call him.
The owner of Michigan.
Yeah, my home track.
My Xfinity pick. Oh, sorry. Whoever was going to talk.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
Okay, but my Xfinity pick for Phoenix, or as they like to call it now, ISM Raceway, which I don't know why. But my pick for ISM Raceway and Xfinity is, this may surprise you, but I'm going with an underdog. I'm going with it's an underdog I can think of. Kaz Gralla.
Oh, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. That's a pretty bold prediction, I'll tell you that. All right, DJ. Thank you. Appreciate you checking in, buddy.
You're welcome. Okay.
All right. Anyway, let's get to the next question. We'll talk about Friesen by the way in a little bit.
I just want to say real quick, he called it Phoenix and then corrected himself and called it ISM. We're all going to be calling it Phoenix.
Don't worry. I'll be calling it Phoenix as well.
No one will call it ISM except for commentators.
Yeah, that's going to be so weird saying the ISM Raceway.
it was like Lowe's Motor Speedway in 2006 or something.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get to the next question. Let's talk about Kevin Harvick. Even though we're 3 races and ridiculous amount of laps already, is Kevin Harvick the early favorite for the championship? Kelvin, you're first.
Okay, so I read this interesting stat. Let me pull this back up here. It's a pretty interesting stat. Not a surprising stat at all whatsoever. You log in, it's the first thing you see on NASCAR. Kevin Harvick has led over 500 laps this year at the 1.5 mile raceways. So how can you not say he's not the early favorite? He's won 2 out of the first 3. Throw away Daytona, which is a dark horse race to begin with because anybody can win it because it's a restrictor plate racetrack. You have to put Kevin Harvick as the favorite to win it, obviously, because we're 3 races in. He's led 500 and something laps. 1, 2 races. He swept the stages this weekend, even with the tinted rear windshield. So, yeah, of course Kevin Harvick's your early favorite, but it's 3 races in. Let's pump the brakes and not throw him at the championship just yet.
Okay. Justin.
Harvick. I don't like Harvick, but anyways, yeah, he is off to a good start. But you got to look at Ryan Blaney. He's in third in the stands. He's right there. Remember, I think it was I chose him as a bold prediction of him winning the championship. That was like a few weeks ago. I think that bold prediction is probably going to come true this year with Blaney winning the championship. But anyways, Harvick's off to a good start. But like Kelvin said, don't give him the championship yet. Anything could happen this season.
Okay. With Kevin Harvick, based on the tracks we're going to next, and that the meat and the potatoes of the season are going to be 1.5 mile tracks, I think Harvick's the favorite right now. I think we could see a chance at him getting that second championship this season. Michael.
Well, first I want to start off by saying that I'm a little jealous of Marty and Kelvin because they got the little blue banners underneath.
Look up Hang Up Toolbox, fam.
Yeah, I mean,
Marty's a copycat. Don't let him fool you. Marty's a copycat.
Hey, I did mine different than you. Look at my bottom text.
You copied me, though. I put mine up 13 seconds later. Yours is
got it popped up saying, Kelvin, this app. Would you like to use this app? Click.
All right. So,
thumbs up.
As far as Harvick being the championship favorite, I I think the consensus is pretty much that we're 3 races in. Let's not hand in the championship yet, even though early implications would be that he is the car to beat, and he will be the car to beat going into the championship race.
Okay. I think we got everyone.
You did, Marty. Good job. You didn't forget anybody that time.
Does Hangout Toolbox an app?
Yeah, it's a little green toolbox on the left-hand side of the screen.
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out how to update mine.
It's Hangout Toolbox is what it's called. It's a green circle with a white toolbox in it.
All right. They just do that.
Click on it. It'll pop up on your right-hand side, and you'll have to type in what you want, and then click the little thing on the top of it that said slide over, and it'll turn it on.
All right. I'll get onto it. All right, come on. Add apps. There it is. Install Hangouts extension. I found it.
I'm doing mine again.
Marty, we started a revolution.
Yes, we did. That's correct.
Well, I started the revolution. You all just followed suit.
Yeah. All right.
Someone's got to start it, Kelvin.
Do you see why mine is yellow?
Good job.
I'm good.
But do you see why mine is yellow, though?
Did you think you're the king?
No. Because it's my favorite driver, Ryan Blaney.
My guy drove a blue car this past weekend.
I'm going to make mine green, and then I'll be the only one in the playoffs. Ha!
Touche.
Gosh darn it, Michael. All right, so let's continue on. Let's keep talking about Kevin Harvick. What were your thoughts on that rear windshield dent that Harvick had? Justin, you're first.
That rear windshield. Oh, that he used that for aerodynamic, advantage, right?
That was not with an aerodynamic advantage at all. Not a chance.
People say it is, but
yeah,
I'm not sure. It's just weird. It looked weird. Kind of looked like he did use it for an advantage, but I don't want to talk about it. No custom overlay.
Okay. I honestly don't have a problem with that rear windshield dent because if Kevin Harvick said, or Ronnie Childress said that it didn't affect him at all aerodynamically, I don't have a problem with that. Good for you, Brielle. He's going to be at Auto Club next week for Xfinity Cup. Continuing on, Michael.
Yeah, I think Rodney Childers needs to work on his lying skills. It's genius engineering. That's what it is. Somebody at Stewart-Haas Racing found out that you can do this with the window, with the sheet metal and everything, and still find a way to make it through NASCAR's inspection because, that they have passed every single time so far. Yeah, he needs to work on his lying, though, because obviously this was giving Kevin some sort of advantage out on the track because it was putting more downforce on the car, which in turn will make it go faster. So it definitely had an advantage on him, and they're either upset that they already got caught, or they're happy that they were able to get away with it for 2 races and get 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Okay. Justin had a question.
Yeah. So when you get to the Hangouts toolbox after you do the name and the tagline and the color, when you press upload overlay,
don't do that.
Don't do that.
No, there's up in the top of the area. There's a little slide bar by looks like a cell phone. Click that and it'll pop on.
Yeah, it's like these 3 bars. Work in progress.
I gotta look at mine. I can't.
This is hard.
No, you see where it says lower third?
Okay, lower third. I'm looking.
It'll be right underneath the.
Oh yeah, load last lower third.
And then I'll say mirror video, and then there's that little slide bar.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Tap on that slide bar, and it'll pop up.
All right, I did that. Then do no custom overlay.
You have to turn your
don't do any of that. Take the custom overlay and make it so that it's the opposite way of your lower third.
Okay.
You have to turn your webcam on though, Justin.
Yep.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
you have to be on your webcam too.
All
You
right.
can't do it if you're just like that. There you go. See, there it is.
Let's see what
Yep.
it says. There's short-haired Justin.
Yep. All good.
Nice. All right.
Look at that thing backwards. At least on my screen.
Yeah, it's like that for me as well. It's for Kelvin.
Kind of hilarious.
No, it's not. I put mirror image on mine so it looks the right way. They're slick.
Hey, I got that too. Sweet.
You do mirror image, it makes it look right.
That it does. That it does.
Revolution's happening here, man. Revolution.
Yes. Look, I just made mine blue. Dilly dilly.
Not hard.
It's easy. It's
Okay.
easy.
Do you want me to answer the question now, Marty?
Yes, answer the question now. Hang on. I'm changing my tagline up real quick.
Kevin Harvick dominated 2/3 of the race before that even happened. You're telling me that little thing got him another 45 laps to get that victory? Kyle Busch wasn't catching him. I'm sorry. Kyle Busch only caught him when he caught lap traffic. After Kevin Harvick cleared it, Kyle Busch couldn't get through it. Kevin Harvick dominated that race before the window broke. Wasn't a big deal. Went through NASCAR inspection perfectly fine. If it happens again, sure, NASCAR is going to look at it. They'll probably take the win away. It won't be called encumbered. It'll be called just a win taken away.
Yeah. You like my little tagline, by the way, Kelvin?
Well, if there you Kelvin Sidekick. That's right. That's what you are.
Can you
all
not
right.
see that toolbar on?
All good. All good.
Can you not see that toolbar on a mobile or something?
Probably.
Because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't get that on a mobile device.
You have to do it on like a computer or a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a computer app.
Okay.
Well, I did it on my Chromebook, so yeah.
You're good
Yeah.
there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Based on how boring our past two races have been, is it time to get rid of mile tracks? I'm just going to shut the heck up and present everyone to get mad that it's the most against the 1.5 mile tracks. Mr. Kelvin LaPierre.
Okay. What did I say last week was going to happen at this 1.5 mile racetrack? Did I not say your top 10 would look very similar the whole race?
Mm-hmm.
And guess how many of them top 10 finishers from Atlanta were inside the top 10 this time? Come on, Marty, guess. Anybody guess?
At least one.
7 out of 10.
6 out of 10 would have been probably 8 out of 10 if Kurt Busch doesn't get loose and come up and take out himself and Chase Elliott. So there's 2 more that probably would have finished inside the top 10 because they were running inside the top 6 when the wreck happened. They ran that way most of the day. It was a very boring race, as I'm sure everybody else will say. That was pretty boring, just like Atlanta was. It was dominated by Kevin Harvick. He won all 3 stages. He's won 5 out of 6 on this West Coast road. Well, 5 out of 6 now going into the second race out of a 3-race West Coast road swing. Oh, we're going to a mile track. Oh, wait, Kevin Harvick dominates it. IMS now. Don't worry, I'll get it down eventually. So, 1.5 I'm sorry, you need to go. You're boring. You go to Charlotte too many times. You go to Texas, which is the same as Atlanta. You go to Atlanta, which is boring as heck to watch anymore. As Las Vegas was boring. Sure, your crowds were packed. You want to know why your crowds are packed? Because it's Las Vegas. They wanted to get out of the casino, so they didn't waste $100,000 in the casino. They went and spent $120 on a weekend getaway to Las Vegas International Raceway.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's the only reason they went there. They weren't losing more. They probably saved more money by going to the racetrack than they did going to the casino that week.
Yeah.
It's just straight up boring, man. I can't even watch it. I fell asleep at the Atlanta race twice.
All right. I think he's all done.
Oh, God.
All right. I'm going to talk now. Can we please just go back to our roots of NASCAR and just go short track racing, maybe even dirt track racing? Look at all the short tracks we have available to us.
I've already said that. Short track.
Yes. We got look at this one specific track that I would love to go back to again. It's just known as the Ghost Town. Remember how racing was at North Wilkesboro Speedway? Us three, except Kelvin, do not know how it is. Kelvin has lived through the North Wilkesboro days.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go
lived
back
through a lot
to
of
North
those.
Wilkesboro.
Very exciting. The only thing they couldn't do is come up with sponsorship to keep the racetrack open.
Yep. And I blame Bruton Smith as well. Let's not just go back to North Wilkesboro. There's another track as well. And the final race the Cup Series had a photo finish. What track would that be, Marty? Well, good question. The Rockingham Speedway, or North Carolina Speedway, not Rockingham Motor Speedway. That's the one in the UK. Let's go to that one as well. Let's go back to that one as well. And then what else do we have? Another track that doesn't race NASCAR or IndyCar anymore. The Milwaukee Mile.
Oh yeah, that's a good track.
What about Lucas Oil Raceway, where the ARCA series used to race? And
About
no one races there anymore.
Rockingham. Think of that.
Let's get some other short tracks like the K&N Pro Series runs that can fit 43 or 40 race cars. Who knows? If we go get more short tracks in, or even more dirt track racing.
I'll take 5 more short tracks, get rid of 5 mile-and-a-half racetracks. I'll take that over watching mile-and-a-half half the year.
Easy. You get rid of Las Vegas, Kansas, Chicagoland. Kentucky, yes.
And Texas.
Texas, oh, yes. I'm happy now. All right. That's all I got. Michael.
All right, so we all heard our fantasies and everything and what NASCAR fans actually want, what would actually save the sport. Now I'm going to hit you guys with a little bit of a reality dose. It all comes down to the owners of the tracks, comes down to the money, sponsorship, and unfortunately these mile-and-a-half cookie cutters is what is bringing in these owners' money. So no way they're leaving the sport anytime soon, unfortunately. Unless what's going on there? Okay, unless sponsorship starts coming in, let's start losing money. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. North Wilkesboro is never going to be reopened. Too much damage at the track. It hasn't been kept up. No sponsorship. It's in the middle of nowhere. Then Rockingham, they tried to bring it back with the Truck Series, and they claimed that there wasn't enough butts in the seats, but I don't know. I looked back at the race from 2013. Crowd looked pretty good to me, but
Truck races never bring a full crowd. You got to bring the whole thing back with you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they had sponsorship for that race too. They had Chevrolet and Coca-Cola banners. Someone went and visited Rockingham recently and posted a picture of it on Reddit and said that cops watch that place like a hawk, and
Do they really?
mainly because it's too dangerous for people to be up there, because over the years the rain and everything has caused the stands to rust and it's not structurally sound anymore, so there will have to be a major overhaul in order for it to be safe for fans to go over there. So I don't think that's ever going to happen either, but like you said, Marty, we got these other short tracks that we can go to, and that's NASCAR's roots, and I feel like that would bring people back. If you put a good product out there that people are going to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Here we did Kelvin. We haven't done Justin yet.
More short tracks would probably be good. I mean, you got like you said, North Wilkesboro, something like that. That's a good track.
Justin, you may want to turn your camera off, by the way, because you're
Larry.
No, you're frozen. You're like me. Oh, never mind. Did we get you? Say something. There we go.
Do what?
Milwaukee Mile, good track. But there's some other short tracks. What else? I think there's a couple. Maybe some of the K&N tracks that maybe Cup Series can go to if they can fit all the cars, possibly. Like South Boston sounds like a good one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Toledo, which that's not too far from me. That'll be a good track. But it would be better to get more tracks that's not just mile and a halves. So, yeah, I don't know. It sounds good.
All
I
right.
don't know, dude. I wouldn't mind going to Martinsville and Bristol 3 times a year.
Well, I don't know either.
Bristol couldn't afford it. They do way too much stuff other than NASCAR now at the track. So they couldn't afford to host 3 unless they started the season earlier at Bristol.
You know, another thing we need is more road courses. Like, we got the Charlotte Roval, but that's like minimal
Oh my
effort.
gosh.
That's still a way for...
Can we please go to the Daytona Roval, or can we go to Laguna Seca? Because that would be a test, especially.
Let's just go to Mid-Ohio. Let's just go to Mid-Ohio. Let's go to Canada.
That's
Let's
the
go to
nearest
Montreal.
near me. The nearest NASCAR road course near me. About 3
Okay,
hours.
I'm going to give you guys the name of a track that you guys need to look up. It is the I-70 Speedway in Missouri. Tell me those guys don't like NASCAR.
I know that.
I-70? Like they're racing on the interstate?
Speedway.
I know
Yep.
that.
That track would be awesome to watch a NASCAR race at. It's so nice.
Well, Tony Stewart said it. If you guys want to see us pass, then we'll go out on the interstate and we can pass all you want.
Tony Stewart, that would be awesome. Go do it. I'd love to watch you fly by me on the highway.
What is it? I-70 Raceway? Speedway?
Yeah. Pretty much a dirt pile now, but you could fix that up and it'd be awesome to race that again.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Let's go to Eldora.
Oh, Eldora.
Needs to happen.
Yep, it's got to.
I disagree with Dave Moody 100% on that, on his opinion on that.
Yeah. but
What's his opinion on that?
He says he hopes the Cup Series never goes to Eldora.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's...
Why? Because there's too much cars?
Because if you put the Cup race at Eldora, it just ruins all the fame for the Truck Series.
Not if you do it at different weekends.
No, if you do it, that's stupid. That really is stupid.
If you make it just a once-a-year thing like they do for the Truck Series, it's still special. But if you go there multiple times a year, it's not going to be special anymore.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
The wow. I-70 just looks like Phoenix, except it doesn't have as much of a kink in it.
Exactly.
Bikes?
That's what your new ISM is going to look like, too.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's all right.
Make it illegal to go down that little chicane after this weekend.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got 2 questions left for you guys. The first one, this is all in the Truck Series. So after the controversy that happened when Brett Moffitt tried to pass Michelle Disdier, he was super slow on the track, and Kyle Busch himself said that the minimum speed needs to be increased. So the next question is, should the minimum speed be increased in NASCAR in all 3 series? Let's see here. Let's go to Michael first.
We have no minimum speed.
Yeah, we do.
No. You know the speed limit 200 signs, you know.
We don't have a maximum speed, but there's a minimum speed these drivers have to run.
You mean on like pit road and stuff?
No, like on the racetrack, there's a minimum speed all the drivers must run. If not, they will be black flagged.
Oh. Well,
They have to run certain times on the racetrack. If they're not meeting them, their average speed's too low, so it's too dangerous.
It's for them to be on there, and they can get run over and ruin other guys' days, so I don't think we need to get rid of it.
Okay. Kelvin.
So minimum speed basically is you have to run certain lap times, and if you're not meeting that lap time, and it's consecutive laps, it's not just one lap. So I believe it's consecutive, like 10 lap intervals. If you're not meeting that time is when they'll throw the black flag. It's not just one lap. And
record average speed.
yeah, and basically the thing that happened with Moffitt and whatnot is the guy was slowed up, didn't get out of his way. That's where the spotter needs to say, yo, the leader's behind you, get the F out of the way. He's running above minimum speed per NASCAR, per Truck Series, per Xfinity Series rules. He's above minimum speed, but that's where your crew chief needs to go down and tell the guy, get out of the way or we're going to dump you. and we're going to ruin your $100,000 race truck. Which one do you want? Does it need to change? I want to say yes, but at the same time, it's where the spotter's got to be like, yo, you got the leader on your butt. Get the heck out of the way at that point. But do I see it changing if this is a continuous issue throughout the year? Yeah, I could see it changing and going up probably 5 miles an hour to where you're getting rid of those cars that pass the 5-minute fix your car window, but are out there running 3-4 seconds slower than the leader at any given racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
You have to redefine the damage control policy, because you have to run minimum speed in order to stay on.
With the way that clock runs, you only have to run minimum speed for 1 lap, and your clock is disappeared. So you'd have to make it an average of probably 10 laps to have your cleared off your caution clock. That would probably be what I would do for your caution clock, is make it an average of 10 laps. If you're under that speed for a consecutive 10 laps, then your caution clock disappears and you're out of the race. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's only a small change, but I just feel like we've been changing the rules for too long, we've been doing it too long in such little time. Like, we'll have a rule for 2 years, and then we'll change that rule, and then it'll become confusing, and then we'll simplify it again, and then we'll change it again. So I don't know. I feel like we need to stop changing stuff. We need to have some sort of continuity in the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kelvin, how was your garbage plate today?
It was amazing.
It's good. It is a Rochester tradition. You can either have 1 or 2 layers of meat. Then you can get 1 or 2 or even 3 sides. And then you can put hot meat sauce on top, and then if you want to, mustard and onions.
Sounds disgusting.
Let's just say I got 2 sides of mac and cheese, 2 hamburgers, meat sauce, mustard, and French fries, all piled on top of each other.
Ooh, diabetes.
It wasn't It wasn't candy.
Yeah.
It's a heart attack on a plate.
Heart attack on a plate. All right, I'll give you that one.
But it tastes amazing, though.
Don't diss it till you try it.
Yeah, Michael, I need you to come. There's a place Calvin and I like to go called Jimmy Z's. It's like a minute away from the college we go to. The ultimate spot it's the sweet spot in Brockport. I'll tell you that.
It was busy when I got there today after class.
It's nighttime, bro.
I know.
All right.
All right, you gonna let Justin answer the question?
So let's see. We got to myself. We got to Michael. We got to Kelvin. Then we got to go to Justin. If he's still listening.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're up.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Should NASCAR increase the minimum speed during the race?
Probably. So that way we won't have trucks slowing up 30 miles per hour on the track. So yes, probably at least a minimum of maybe 150, 160 at least. So we won't be going too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't go too slow from the other side.
Okay.
Marty, I got one more thing to go back to the 1.5 mile tracks.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I'm tired of seeing only 7 cars on the lead lap for half the race, and then you have to wait till the leaders take a green flag pit stop to get the other half on lead lap. We've now finished the last 2 races with only 18, not even 18 cars on the lead lap. I believe there was 13 this past weekend. I didn't know I was watching Dale Earnhardt run around the field and lap them in the 90s again. This should not be happening. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Should not have 13 cars on the lead lap at the end of a 400-mile race.
Yeah.
All right. Final question.
To add on to what Kelvin said, that was great in the 60s and 70s, but that's only because that's what everyone expected. Because Richard Petty was the only good car on the track until David Pearson came around. Nowadays, that is not going to keep people entertained. That's what people don't get. People are always like, "Oh, you guys want this kind of race? You want 7 cars on the lead lap? Why are you complaining about it?" Because it's not entertaining to other people who are trying to watch and get into the sport. It's not going to help with ratings. It's just not going to spark interest. It's not. I'm sorry. That's why we need to go to more short tracks, people.
Mm-hmm. All right. Final question, then we're going to end the show. We'll get to Come On Man on Thursday. Should Stuart Friesen, based off his performance he had, should he be called a contender or a dark horse this season? I'm going to go first. For right now, it's just one race. He had a good performance. I'm calling him a dark horse because none of us, I think, expected to see him have a top 5, top 10 car all season long. He's got the speed to run up with these front runners. Plus, we got the spec engines as well. Watch out for this guy this season, especially when we go to Eldora. I'm gonna go to Kelvin next.
What was the question? I was looking up some stats.
Should Stuart Friesen be called a contender or a dark horse this season?
And you called him a what?
Dark horse.
Go ahead. You call him a dark horse. I call him a contender.
All
I
right.
just like to go opposite of Marty.
Yeah.
Shake things up a little bit. I like it.
Yeah. All right, Justin.
I'm going with Kelvin. He's a contender for this season. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. Finally, Michael.
All right. Well, I'm going dark horse as well. I'm agreeing with Marty, only because it was one stage. Like he led one stage. I don't. That's not enough for me to call him a contender. Because when you look at Vegas, the kind of package that we have, it is a form of pack racing. They were 3 and 4 wide. They were making risky moves, so I thought we would see a Daytona or Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to hold off Kyle Busch, which was impressive, and was able to win the stage and everything. But I don't know if I'm quite confident enough to call him a contender yet.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Motorsports 360. We hope you all enjoyed that journey with us for the past 60 or 57 minutes is now out. Thursday, we're going to be previewing the weekend's races in Phoenix and also the IndyCar race in St. Petersburg. We cannot forget that. I'm super pumped up for this weekend. It's gonna be a good weekend. And then we'll also have Come On Man as well. So anyway, for Justin, for Kelvin, and for Michael, I am Marty saying so long. This has been Motorsports 360. Say bye, everyone.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, and a
And a
dodge.
dodge.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly.
One to go. Brought to you by Credit One Bank.
And dodge.
No, are you kidding me?